In physics, force is defined as the push or pull on an object with mass causes it to change its velocity. Force is an external agent capable of changing a body's state of rest or motion. It has a magnitude and a direction. For today's video, we will be discussing the different types of forces. All of these types of force can be put into two categories. 1. Contact force, when the objects are physically touching. 2. Non-contact force, when the objects are physically separated. Can you give an example of a contact and a non-contact force? Under the contact forces. 1. Tensional force. A force that is transmitted through a string, rope, cable or wire when it is pulled tightly by the object on the opposite end is a tension force. This force flows across the length of the wire or rope. Example: a cable car or climbing a mountain using a rope. 2. Frictional force. As an object moves across a surface it causes friction. Friction force can be sliding or static. Friction depends upon the nature of the two interacting surfaces. Example: a ball rolling on the floor. Friction is a resistive force that grips objects. It resists the motion of surfaces that are sliding, or trying to slide, against each other. Friction works in the opposite direction to the direction in which an object is moving or trying to move. This means it slows down a moving object. 3. Normal force. This is the force exerted upon an object that is in contact with another stable object. Usually, a normal force is applied horizontally between two objects in contact. Example: a book resting on a table or a person leaning on the wall. 4. Air resistance force. This is a frictional force applied on objects when they are in air. Example: an airplane or a parachute. 5. Spring force. Spring force is the force required or exerted to compress or stretch a spring upon any object that is attached to it. When an object applies a force to a spring, then the spring applies an equal and opposite force to the object. In non-contact forces, we have 1. Gravitational force, also known as weight. All objects on the Earth experience the gravitational force, which is directed downwards towards the center of the Earth. This force is what keeps your body object on the ground, also known as the weight of the object. 2. Electrical force. It is the force that exists between charges. It can either be attractive or repulsive force. 3. Magnetic force. This is a push or pull exerted by a magnet. The force of attraction between an object and a magnet is called magnetism. The force that makes magnets attract or repel objects. Example: iron nails when placed near a magnet. I know you already understand the different types of forces. So now, get a piece of paper and try to answer this short activity. Using the arrow that represents the direction of forces, what are the forces acting on the box and on the floor? Happy learning. Greater than.